giving negative feedback, that is a different situation.
Especially if you're doing it every time. If you're a woman and you went to an event and then you're gonna say, I didn't dance all night. I mean, at the end of the day, the promoter can get around to people, but if it's a whole weekend event, he can't get to everybody, especially if you're in the back of the
The room.
especially if you're in the back of the room. So if you were in an event and you want to get danced with, because that's one thing I heard a lot of people complain about, you better find your way closer to the front.
Right, right.
At least if you're not going to ask people to dance, that's understandable. But you better make your way towards the front so people can get you. So that's one thing people complain about. But you said if it's all negative, then what?
Then it's not always on the party. It's a lot to do with the individual that is claiming to give good feedback.
And Keon came on. Thank you for coming on. Keon, I don't know how to say his
Okay.
name.
Well, now we do have our
Thanks,
guest in
y'all.
the background here.
Okay, who?
So I'm gonna go
Internet
ahead
is
and
there?
add her to the stage. So let me go ahead and add her to the stage
Okay.
for a moment. We have
Good
the
morning.
Miss Internet, hey.
extraordinary,
Good morning. You up? You up?
extraordinary
You
I'm
counselor.
up?
here. Oh, can
Now,
you
if
guys
anybody
hear me?
needs
Hold on. Yeah, I can hear you. Hold
counsel,
on.
this is the
There we go.
person that can probably take some of your cases, and she is very knowledgeable and and extraordinary. One of the best counselors in these
That's how
United States.
Herman talk, girl. He talks in big absolutes. You know, it can't be
Well, I mean,
even
I think she
Texas.
would agree.
I mean, he didn't say any lies.
I think
He
she would
didn't say
agree.
any
She is one of the
lies.
best therapists in the United States of
That's how he
America.
starts a bunch of
Ladies and
controversy about
gentlemen.
himself. That's how he starts a lot of controversy about himself because he'll be like, "I'm the best instructor in Texas." We're like, "Oh, okay."
Well, it's
It's
not about
nothing
me.
wrong
This
with
is
gassing
about
No, I
yourself
said that's
up.
how he do. That's how he do.
this is about our best.
I
It's not
know,
about me.
I know, but I'm saying like this is how you start a bunch of controversy with yourself when you do.
That's okay to gas yourself up. Everybody need a little gas and they take these days, right? Right.
Can you introduce yourself, Antoinette?
Yes, Shanette, Dr. Shanette and H2O, thank you so much for having me on the show today. She literally just called me a few minutes ago and said, "Hey, remember, we got the show." And I'm like, "Oh, girl, let me get up." So, yes, it's 8 o'clock my time. I generally don't start my day until a little bit later than this. I am in private practice. I am a licensed clinical social worker. I'm in private practice as a therapist. I've been doing this since 2012. I've worked with a lot of different clientele. My niche is really the LGBT community, BIPOC community, people, women that struggle with anxiety and depression, women that struggle with identity issues related to, just who they are, who they want to be, just trying to find themselves. I get a lot of people that come in searching for, like trying to overcome trauma. So I specialize in trauma informed care, so also do that as well. And so yeah, I enjoy what I do and enjoy teaching people. I'm a big believer in teaching, not just talking. Okay, what are you doing this week that's different from the next week? You know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah,
it's not
giving new
about
tools.
just talking about your problems. It's like, okay, how can I overcome? So I'm big on that. So thank you so much for having me here. It's a pleasure to be here, Dr. Shanette and H2O.
Hey, that's your
Oh,
work
I
is
can't hear you
interesting.
guys anymore.
Oh, you can't. No, ain't no telling what H2O did over here. Why she can't hear us?
Oh, let's see.
All right, you should get hear us now, right?
Hello?
Miss Tony.
Oh,
Hold on.
maybe
Miss Tony, hello. Okay, maybe
can
that's
can
something.
anyone else hear them?
Hold on. Hold
I'm
on.
wondering if it's just me.
Hold
Okay.
on. Hold on.
Okay, let me log on to your live. Yeah, we can hear. We can.
Hello?
It's
Is your volume, let's see,
it's her live.
is your volume up? Let her come out and come, maybe she coming out and come back in. Hello? Let me text her.
Yeah.
She came out and came back in.
Okay.
Make sure you can hear.
Let's remove from stage, and I'm gonna remove and put it back in. Add back to stage. Are you able to hear us now? Hey, Miss Tony.
Hello?
Yes,
Hello?
can you hear us now?
Obviously not, huh?
Just tell her to go out and come back in because something's going on with her volume on her system. Miss Tony.
I thought she came out and came back in.
Let's see.
What about when it say this? Should I say anything or no?
What's that?
It say cameras access allowed.
It says what?
Camera access allowed, but I already said that. Let's see what she's saying.
This camera access is allowed, yes.
She said I mean, it's already on there though, right? She like to say that camera access allowed. I don't need to edit or nothing, right?
Tell her to check her volume. All right. Well, we're working with a guest right now. So this Sunday we have a Super Bowl party. Make sure you come on out. Next Wednesday we will not be at Legacy. We will have somebody there that is going to be a Just Dance Wednesday.
We have a guest instructor and a guest DJ. I mean, a guest instructor who hopefully will also DJ. So still go out and dance. Come out and dance. You know, come out and you help be the host since we out of town. We need some people to just step up and help host the party. You be there and I should have asked Albert. Yeah, we'll ask Albert, matter of fact. Come and plug in and help host the party. I don't know what to do here.
Okay, I'm working. Hold on.
Uh
All right, here we go. Right here.
can you hear us, Internet?
I can hear you now, yes.
Oh, okay.
All right, fantastic.
And I think that was your stuff over there. I don't know what you got going on. Do you hear your volume up, man? No, just kidding.
Everything was good. You know, technology be taking some time, so it's
Yeah,
all good.
I'm blamed for everything all the time.
It really.
Were you guys able to hear my introduction? Because
I did hear your introduction. So
good.
make sure that you type your information into this into the comments, okay? So that if
Yes,
anybody
ma'am.
want to have counseling, they can call you. What is the
Yes.
most common thing you deal with in counseling?
Trauma, childhood trauma.
Tell me about that. A little bit more about that.
I'm trying to connect to the chat, so give me 1 second. I apologize, y'all. This is
Or I could put it in there later. Just send it to me and I'll put it in there.
technicalities this morning. Okay.
If you
So yeah, I can't, for some reason I can't join the chat box.
well, don't worry about it. I'll put it in later. You send it to me and I'll put it in. You put it. You tell me and I'll put it in.
Most of the time, besides the chemical imbalance, right? A lot of people come
in. Tell me about the chemical imbalance.
Seeking help with past issues, and a lot of times it's related to childhood trauma. The other term is CPTSD.
Okay. What about that? Can you tell us more? But what is CT?
You know what? I can't hear you again.
What is going on?
Why is this? The volume went out again. That's so weird. Hold on. Let me see if it's unplugged from there.
No. Nothing to do with us.
Okay.
Nothing going on that side.
Oh, but I can private chat with him instead of clicking off.
Hello, can you guys hear me?
We can.
We can, yes.
We can.
You can hear me, but I cannot hear you. Okay. I'm not sure what's going on.
Well, just
give me a moment.
Internet is strong. I unplugged my headset.
Okay, Antoinette, can you hear us?
Still can't.
Okay.
Let me just call her. Let me.
She can stay in the video. We just talk. Hold
Okay.
on. We're not with this phone though.
Uh, let me see. We got it in the comments. So let's see. So what I've been trying to do is bring therapists in, so that if anybody want therapy, because a lot of people are really getting a lot of help through therapy, and a lot of people are really living their life, living better lives. A lot of people are extending their life through therapy, and so we're just trying to introduce you to different therapists too, so that if you want that, let's see. Hey, Herman, come here, because she entered the studio, but I don't know how to. I don't see how to bring her in. It says she entered the studio. Show comments on stage. So a lot of people are doing better with therapy, extending their lives. I talked to one of my clients yesterday who had Graves' disease, and I knew right away that it was because of stress.
She's not there yet.
Oh, because it says she entered the studio or something. I don't know. But I don't see it. But anyway, Graves' disease and a lot of these diseases can be born through ongoing stress, grief, and these kind of things. I want to read Twins comment. He just said feedback is how you learn and grow. It puts a pulse on what people like or dislike. And that's even in counseling, in therapy, in relationships, and everything. And everything you do, really. Like, it's really important. In fact, I had an assessment like that. Let me see, add to stage, where I had people. There you go. Can you hear us now?
I can, yes.
Oh, okay. A lot of this stuff has really seemed like a lot of things actually work better with the phone, even though people like me and you probably like to use computer more, because
I
I do.
do.
But a lot
I
of stuff
do.
actually
I
works better with the phone.
apologize. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. I've been on this computer working, all week, forever. And so I'm not sure what's happening today. Maybe it's that and StreamYard. I don't know.
Hey, can
Something
you
with
tell me
StreamYard.
about CPTSD? Can you tell me more about that? What does that mean?
Complex post-traumatic stress disorder. It's basically been coined by Pete Walker. Are you familiar with Pete Walker?
I don't think
Um,
so. I've
he
studied it
coined
before, but not for that particular person. Uh-huh.
Yeah, he coined the term because he was noticing that a lot of people were coming in with not just one incident of trauma or one situation, like with PTSD. A lot of times the military come in with those trauma. Well, complex PTSD is not just one singular thing that's happened in someone's life. It's a multitude of things that's happened in someone's childhood, and
Uh-huh.
it could look like many different things. So one of the things that it can look like is, a parent growing up with a parent who is emotionally distant, or growing up with a parent who is unavailable. A lot of times people are learning now about, parents that's been emotionally unavailable. And
Uh-huh.
so you can have that and be also dealing with some other like issues with neglect, abuse, sexual assault, all the above, but it happens on a like continuum in someone's childhood. So
It
it's
keeps
not just
happening.
one, yeah, it's not just one or two things that happened to me when I was a kid. It's several factors that come into play. And so what ends up happening is people move into their adult life and they're struggling with some of the issues from their experiences in their childhood. So growing up, that could look like, okay, I'm depressed. I have low self-worth. I have low self-esteem. I don't believe in in myself. And when you don't believe in yourself, you might not go after that job or the degree that you think you could get because you don't have that self-esteem or self-worth. So yeah, it's not like one thing or two. That's why they call it complex
Uh-huh.
PTSD.
It's multiple. Uh,
Hmm.
I feel like it leaves a lot of people in survival instead of
Yes,
thriving, even though they could
absolutely.
thrive. So, what do you say about that? Like leaving people getting out of survival and moving into thriving, or anything about surviving and thriving? Because that's something that I've been talking to a lot of people about, like moving from survival to thriving. But what do you say? What are your thoughts about that? Does complex PTSD keep them there in that survival state?
Yeah, definitely. With complex PTSD, it has a lot of a lot of times people get triggered and they don't know why. And they're blaming the person that's triggering them. And it's like, it's not the person's fault for you being
Yeah,
triggered. Like, you first have to identify and unpack, why does this certain thing trigger you? Like you were talking about feedback earlier, right? And you were
yeah,
saying, like, why do some people why do people can't why does people or why do people why they can't handle feedback? And
yeah.
sometimes it is related to, well, they don't really believe in themselves and they have a hard time accepting criticism from others, because it could be like what mama daddy said, sister brother said, and it's
Right.
you internalize those things, right? You internalize those critics, the self-criticism. And so yeah, you can't hear feedback from anybody because you're always on the defense and you're always thinking that somebody is coming for you. And it's like, no, I'm not coming for you. I'm just really trying to help you here. Like this, we need to get better at that. I think a lot of us need to get better at that.
Yeah, that feedback. I made a whole for my clients, I made and it's part of my calendar, I'm gonna send it to you. But I made a whole assessment, right? And I told them, I said, get with the opposite sex, or some people who have a same-sex partner. But a lot of times we really have trouble getting feedback from the opposite sex. So I said, answer these questions for yourself and then have someone else answer these questions for you, to you, listen to it and don't get mad. Because
Mm-hmm.
like a lot of us cannot hear nothing that we don't want to hear.
Right,
But
right.
like you said, it could be
Mm-hmm.
the inner critic. Like we already have an inner critic in us
Mm-hmm.
from our family. And then as soon as anybody else say anything to us, it's like the critic is being woken up again.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. For sure. And I know I just recall, like you did mention how to get out of survival. So I would say the first step is, because I do want to go back to that because that's a great question. The first step is unpacking the trauma. It's
Okay.
unpacking the negative experience that you've had, and identifying how those negative experiences have impacted you today.
Okay.
To see.
How they exist today.
Because a lot of times people are not unpacking that. What people do, right? I know you've seen this, both of you guys,
All day,
where
every day. You know, I
they
see it
try to
every day.
stuff
But
it. Yeah, they try to stuff their experiences or pretend like it just magically goes away. Oh, I just keep it moving. I just keep moving forward. I don't focus on the bad stuff.
running, even running is a
Run.
trauma response, can be
Yes,
running, 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 running,
it
running.
it is.
Doing too
Yeah.
much all the time, doing something, doing something, doing something. And
Yeah.
then for a lot of people, that's what they say, like, well, okay, once like they raise kids, they do everything. And then as soon as them kids get grown, they go into a big old spiral because now
Mm-hmm.
they don't have nothing to run and do. And now it's time the unpacking is ready and
Mm-hmm.
they start to go crazy. But what does unpack mean for you? What does
Unpack
unpack
just
mean?
mean uncovering, the trauma, uncovering, and some people, don't believe that they have trauma, and that's fine. So unpacking that's fine, because we know about the big T, little T traumas, but sometimes it's unpacking is identifying again, like how those things impact you today, the things that's happened from
Yeah,
the past. It's either you're stuck in the past, depression a lot of times deal with being disappointed, and like a deep sadness from the
right.
past. Anxiety is thinking too far in the future and being anxious. Some people struggle with overthinking, over analyzing things, future tripping. You know about all
Yeah,
those things, and I
yeah.
know, doing the work that we do, we see this a lot. And so anxiety a lot of times can stem from future. is future reference, depression, past reference. So to unpack it, we have to identify, okay, what triggers me? Why do I get triggered? And how do I navigate the trigger? You know, you got to be able to navigate the
Like, what
trigger.
do I do when it happened? Because one
What do
client
I
told me
do?
yesterday it's his girlfriend's fault. He said because she knows if she say certain things that he's going to get, that's going to make him really mad, and he's going to, I guess, get loud and agitated. And I said, so she got control over you? Like, that's a lot of control to get someone. I'm like, but I'm just, as a therapist, I'm like, so, honest, as soon as you say that, because he was trying to get back with his girl, I'm like, as soon as you say that, you have just lost her, because how could she be
Absolutely.
responsible for your behavior?
Yes.
How does
Yes.
that
You
happen? And you
blaming
telling the
her.
therapist that?
Yeah,
You
you're
telling the
blaming
therapist
her.
that you're being abusive, but you're blaming the person. But I abuse you because you irritate, because you say
Because
things
you
that
irritate
irritate
me.
me. And
Hmm.
everybody irritates you. My whole thing be like, your coworkers irritate you. Why don't you
Yeah.
cuss them out? So you have
Right.
control over doing it, but you feel
Hmm.
like you could get away with it with this person. So that's why you do it, because everybody irritate everybody all day long. But
Right.
you only
You're
cuss your
irritated.
partner out. Look, but you
Yeah.
only cuss your partner out. You don't cuss nobody else out.
Right, right.
Why don't you cuss your boss out? Because you're scared of
Right.
getting fired. You won't cuss him out. The consequences are too big. Why don't you cuss?
Exactly. You're not gonna go talk to, yeah, you're not gonna talk to your boss like that. So why are you talking to your partner like that? Somebody that you're supposed to love and care for.
Because because you think you can get away with it. But what was I gonna say? Something that you said. Oh yeah, I said something that you said that really but yeah, just I find this being one of the biggest problems is
Hmm.
people being, oh yeah, that's what I was going to say about the unpacking. What I tell people, that one thing that therapy is for is so that you're not dealing with everything on your own, because when
Absolutely.
you have all that stuff in your head, it's very powerful and it makes sense to you. But when you talk
Mm.
to us about it, because we do this every day,
Yes.
we know how to really, like using CBT, cognitive behavior therapy, we
Yes.
really know how to help you to unpack. But a lot of times you can't unpack alone. So that
Right.
unpacking is very significant, to be talking about, because a lot of people think they can unpack that stuff in their own head. And you cannot, because you only know what you know. But we know a
Yeah.
lot more because we do this every day. You
We
know what I'm saying?
yeah.
We can
Yeah,
give you
sometimes you need
tools.
to go to a trained professional, someone that has years and years and years of, studies and experience in doing this type of work. I've been in therapy. Haven't you been in therapy
I'm in
before?
therapy, not right now. What
See,
do you mean?
know,
I can't be my
a
best
good
self by myself,
therapist,
really, to be
yeah,
honest. You know what I'm saying?
a
Because
good therapist is going to be in therapy too,
yeah,
because how you going to help somebody else deal with their stuff if you're not dealing with your stuff,
you
Because
really have to
there's some
be.
crazy therapists out there.
It
I
really is.
met
A lot of
some.
therapists is crazy than the clients, but I think you need to be a little bit crazy to be a therapist, because we got to deal with all these people stuff.
Right,
You
right.
said you got
We
to be a
deal
little
with
bit
so
crazy.
much. Yeah, a little
Yeah.
bit, just a little bit. You can't be real crazy. And you got to be dealing with your crazy. You can't just be crazy and staying crazy. You
Yeah,
got to be
I
in the
agree.
midst of dealing with your crazy.
Exactly.
Because
I
all of us is a
agree.
little bit crazy
We
anyway to
all of
somebody.
us got some crazy in us,
Right,
It's fair.
right. You pick that DSM up, you can find yourself somewhere in that DSM if you're looking. I mean, you ain't gonna
Absolutely.
find the extreme level, but you can find yourself in little pieces, and you're like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, this kind of sound like me. But I think the biggest thing is dealing with it, because
Mm-hmm.
when we learn to deal with our own self, of course we learn
Mm-hmm.
to help others deal with their self.
Mm-hmm.
And God didn't stop at us. He say, I'm gonna let everybody else be a little bit crazy, but I'm gonna keep the therapist from being a little crazy. He didn't do that. He made us crazy too, so that as we
Uh-huh.
learn to deal with it, we know how to help people. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? Because that's how, like, as we move
So
from,
that
so
to deal with it.
how do you utilize your therapy in your own life? How do you utilize therapy in your life? Therapist. What happened, Herman? What did you do?
I didn't do anything.
Well, how did I miss her?
I'm here. I'm
Lose her?
here. I'm here.
Hello? Oh,
Sorry.
okay. I was
Apologies.
blaming therapy. I was blaming Herman.
Yeah.
But
Don't
look,
blame
Always.
H2O. Don't blame
Always.
H2O.
hey, look, how do
He's over
you
there
you
being great.
how do
He's
you
over there
utilize
being great.
therapy? How do you utilize therapy in your life?
How do I utilize it?
Uh-huh.
Whenever I am dealing with something that, I'm struggling with, I will, get into therapy, especially like I can think of the last significant time I've spent in therapy was probably during the pandemic. During the
Okay.
pandemic, when the whole breakout happening with that, I mean, everybody was stressed out. Everybody was stressed, scared. I mean, that was a very crucial and critical time for everybody, the
Right.
world. We were all just like unsure, uncertain. It brought up a lot of, issues within ourselves. So I know I remember that time very clearly because I was afraid and I was shaking in my boots and I was unsure of how to move forward, which we
Uh-huh.
all were. And so, yeah, that was a significant time that I utilized therapy, and I would be right in my virtual session. She would give me homework. I like homework. She would
Oh
give me
yeah, you do.
homework. I like working on things outside of session because I think that's where the real work happens. Would you agree?
Yeah, in action. Like you can
Mm-hmm.
I can talk all day to my clients, but
Mm-hmm.
when it happens, that's when I have to go back and say, you know what? Okay, I know this and I know what to do
Mm-hmm.
in this kind of time. And so let me do what I know. But then yeah, that's where it happens. But what do you do when these clients don't do their homework? Because a lot of clients come to counseling. Now I tell my clients, stop telling people you in therapy if you're not gonna do your homework because you trying to play with me. You playing with me.
You
I
trying
know
to
that's
get a
right.
bad rep.
Yeah, you out there telling people you in therapy so you can use me, but you really
Uh,
not doing your homework. And you're not like what some of my clients recently, I told them, like 3 of them. I said, I'm about to put you in electric shock. Because like I keep it real in counseling. I don't be playing with these people.
I know
I'm
that's
like,
right. We have to. Yeah,
yeah, like I'm about
that's
to put you in
good.
electric
Now,
shock system.
how does that work? Because sometimes I believe you need to be in that electric shock.
You hear this? Sometimes he believe I need to be in electric shock.
That's how it works.
Oh,
The only
okay.
thing,
What do you mean H2O? What do you
yeah,
mean when
go
you
tell us
say
more. Tell us more. Hey, tell us more about me being electric shock. Cause that's because you know
that?
why he think I be in electric shock? Because girl, sometimes I
Oh,
have to put up some boundaries. I have to put
I
up some
want to
boundaries with
hear it from
H2O.
him.
Okay,
Shanette,
tell us
Dr.
why.
Shanette. I want to
Tell us
hear what
why.
he
Go
got to
ahead.
Man, I
say.
was joking. It was
No, he said he was joking. Girl, please. But let me tell you, I do have to have my boundaries with him
Boundaries.
every now and then. Because I got two boundaries. Really. I ain't gonna say I don't have more, but two specific ones. Do
Uh-huh.
not try to stop me from growing my dance. I mean, we're both dancers, so at least
Oh, he's a
so
dancer
yeah.
too.
Like, do not try to stop me from getting my class, doing specialized training or whatever it is
Mm-hmm.
that that's a big boundary. And don't be trying to change my personality. He'll be trying. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
like you can say something about something, but don't be like if you start saying, "Oh, he know I like to wear little sexy dresses." We all know that, right? We've been knowing me. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
like let's
Mm-hmm.
not like
He
when you
likes
knew
to
you
get
met.
cute.
Yeah, when you met Butterfly, you knew that was Butterfly. Like, don't try to turn me to Michelle. I don't even like Michelle. Like, stop. Every
I'm
day,
just gonna
You're
start.
like, let
Like
me
I
be
told her,
me.
this is what I told her. I said,
but
well, I was just start showing my dick print when we go out there to hell.
whatever. Look, girl, see, he got triggered. See how he got
Wait,
triggered? But look, see, he got triggered, girl, because I said that.
this.
But I ain't doing nothing. I wore a dress during the a contest, and a lot of stepping is about footwork. So I had a little short
Mm-hmm.
dress on that was very flowy. And he was trying to say something about that. I'm like, but you already know I dress like this. But I'm specifically have this dress on for this contest because it is about footwork a lot of times, and I want people to see my feet. You know what I'm saying? So
Oh,
I got
okay.
that
So
on.
was he concerned with your feet showing or your ass? I mean, your butt.
No, but I was
Dabbling,
concerned with my feet showing
dabbling,
because of the contest.
ass.
But it wasn't showing my booty. I had a whole pair of shorts on under there. I always wear shorts under my dress, first of all. So he already know that. No matter how much I turn, it doesn't matter. I have a whole pair like a blue jean shorts under my dress that you can wear out. You can wear by themselves. You know what I'm saying? So he
Mm-hmm.
knows I'm always under. I always have undergarments on like that, like a whole pair of regular shorts. So he know that.
Mm-hmm.
But no, his little jealousy be like, well, this person gonna be looking at you. Well, people gonna look at me anyway. I mean, people like me because people like my personality, just like you like me and like my
We
personality.
want Dr.
Look,
Anthony
good.
up for our therapy ourselves. Here you go.
Hey,
Because
but see how he got
Get you
I am
triggered.
on
doing some
in.
couples counseling. I am doing some couples counseling. So if you guys want to find
Yeah,
me on Psychology Today, Antoinette
exactly.
Winter Psychology Today, I will be taking.
Hey, girl,
We done tricked you to come on in,
look how he
Doc.
got triggered, girl. Look how that big response he had. Now, if you want me to show my deep print, now what was that all about? Like you see how he.
Whoa. I didn't know
But
that was this kind of show that y'all
I
talk
didn't
about.
either, girl. He cursed at everything. But look, that's how he get triggered when you
Woo!
try to tell him about your
You should have
boundaries.
prepared me for this.
Because for
Oh.
real, I got two boundaries. That's it. Not because you met me in a dance. It ain't nothing new. I'm not gonna. I told him everything about myself when I met him. I try to tell him everything. This is Butterfly. This is
Mm-hmm.
exactly who I am. I'm not gonna be nobody different. I'm not gonna be like this. Ain't no what you call it romance stage. What you call it honeymoon phase. No, this is Butterfly today, and this is it.
This is who you are today. And that's I
Right.
appreciate that. You got to show up as your authentic self. A lot of times people be in camouflage
Okay.
when
But
they
then
date.
later you don't like the butterfly that showed you from the
Uh-huh.
jump. And then later,
Uh-huh.
you want me to, because we talked about that yesterday, expectations. A lot of these men expect that they're going to get you one way, but then they're going to kind of like twist and turn
All
you
right.
into somebody else. But I told him how people feel when people do that is you feel like you don't like me. That's me. That's how I
Mm-hmm.
feel. What you say about
Mm-hmm.
that? When people start trying to change you. Okay, he gonna read some comments.
All right. So we got Antonio Twin. That's our bud.
And I just want him to know I don't like everything about him, but I don't try to mess with him. But go ahead.
We got
You
Antonio
know, you
Twin.
sure?
I like him, but it's some little small things I don't like. But that's him. That's who he is. I don't bother him. I don't
You
try
don't
to.
try to change them? Oh, what
No,
kind of
not at all.
comments
I
we
don't try to
got?
make nobody
I
be
can't
nobody.
see the comments. I can't see the comments. I don't know
Cause some
why.
of them on YouTube, some of them are
Right.
on his page.
I'm on
So,
YouTube now. Yep, I'm on
all right.
YouTube,
But he
but
got a
I'm on your
YouTube too.
page. I think I'm on your
We
page.
have a lot of
Hold on,
people.
sir. Hold on. He go.
So, all right. So Antonio Twin Harris, he says you cuss them out because you believe of no they.
We know you be saying stuff wrong, so let me read it. Cause my sister said, don't let Herman read it because he be reading it wrong.
The
And he got 20/20 vision.
Well, I got four distance. I can't really see because of lighting in here.
Yeah.
So
So let
Oh,
me read it.
okay.
So he said, let me see. So Erica said, hey, let's see, let's start at the top.
Hey,
She
Erica.
said, you cuss them out because you believe or know they know better, yet continue to agitate the situation. He said, when people agitate the situation, plus he who rep the most reward gets the worst demands. He's just talking about when people try to say, you're messing with me and that's why I went off on you. Like you can't blame the person, you can't blame someone else
Right.
for your reactions.
By
right,
They
your
cannot do
reaction.
it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That's the people
Because
I
it
told
takes
I'm
the
putting in the electric
accountability.
shop.
Yeah, it
Right.
takes
that
the
has to do with
accountability away
reaction.
from the person.
Right, because that's just like somebody beat somebody up, and people do this, and then they say, "Where's your fault? I beat you up
Mm-hmm.
because you kept on messing with me, and when I get mad, I get angry and I fight. So that's why I beat you
Mm-hmm.
up. That's super toxic. And nobody responsible
Mm-hmm.
for your behavior. You can go take a walk. Because people ask me that. Well, what about this person keep agitating me on purpose? You can break up with them.
Mm-hmm.
You have a number of
Yeah.
choices. You can say, I can't
You can
be
learn how to manage your damn anger. I
right. Keep it
mean,
emotional. Right. Go ahead. Tell them what they can do.
I said you can learn how to manage your anger. Is
Right.
you're responsible for managing your own emotions. Everyone gets angry, but it's how you deal with your anger, is how you manage it. Like it's not appropriate and it's not fair. For what I tell people is it's okay for you to get angry, but you can't hurt someone else with it.
Right.
Like you can, but there's consequence to your action.
Right.
So you
Going to
go beat up
jail.
your girlfriend or you beat up your man, you probably gonna go to jail and catch a case.
Right.
Yeah. There's lots of people dealing with that.
Right. And that's the ones those are the ones I tell I need to put in the electric shock. The ones who sit there and try to convince me that they
Mhm.
need to put their hands on somebody. When they read the relationship contract and they say you can't put your hands on somebody, some of these people try to tell me they must do it. You can't whoop no grown person.
Really? They
Dude,
actually say
yeah.
that? They
Some
actually
people say
believe
that.
that? Where
Yes, they
do they get
believe.
that from? Where do they get that from? The Bible? Where do they get that
No, they
from?
get that. They get that because instead of them figuring out how to regulate their emotions, it's easier for them to just react what comes natural, to put their hands on people. Maybe their parents did that, even though they didn't like it. They continue the same experience. it's easy for them to just emotionally negatively emotionally react than to learn how to regulate themselves. They don't have the
Mm-hmm.
tools to regulate themselves. A lot of times when they come to
Mm-hmm.
us, they don't. And
No.
so their only thing to think is that I need to do the first thing that come to mind. No, that's not the first thing
Mm-hmm.
you need to do. You need to go take a break. Go take a walk. Go
Absolutely.
walk the dog. That's what the dog. That's one reason you got a dog too. Go walk that dog that you have.
Mm-hmm.
He need to go outside anyway.
All right, hold on. Let's call the timeout.
Okay.
Hold on.
Ah,
All right. So
Twin gonna
Twin
probably say,
said,
I did not say that. You
hold on,
always change my words.
time out. Hold on. I'm
Okay.
gonna have to mute your mic, doctor.
Mute your mic, Dr. Shanette
I'm gonna have to mute
Jackson.
your mic. All right.
Shanette knows she
So
like to talk.
Erica Richardson, she said, my cousin, I told him, which is me, there is no need to be jealous. Now, Twin, he reaches in, he says, no need for jealousy, but if it starts to cause problems, we need to visit that situation.
Yeah, well, this causes a problem with your own self, though. Like yourself trying to change people who you want them to be. And that's not possible. It's not with Shanette because
Well,
Shanette is unalterable. I can alter myself. See, this is what I started doing. I make, I
Okay,
think
hold on.
about it.
Wait, no. We're not going to do
his
that. We're going to
question.
finish the.
Right, but I
We're going to
already
finish
alter
the
myself.
comments. Hello.
Go
We're going to
ahead.
finish the
Let's finish
comments.
the
That's where we're
comment.
at.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead, sir.
HCO trying to bring it back.
He don't want to hear
Yes,
that, girl.
but if
Shanette,
we
get off.
didn't address some things in certain manners, we will have to continue dealing with their behavior. There
Say
is
that again. Hold on. Say that again.
okay.
Who
Yes,
said that?
twin. He says so. Yes, if we didn't address some things in certain manners,
Listen to
we will
that.
have to continue dealing with their behavior.
Okay, hold on. Don't go.
What does he
Attack
mean
the
by
doctor. Let her.
address?
Let
I
Antoinette.
want to.
Yeah.
What does he mean by address? Is he talking about
Right.
address with his fist or address with like having a
Well, he ain't
sit
gonna
down
fight nobody.
conversation?
Conversation. We're talking about conversations.
Okay, but what does address mean? Do I need to change the person?
Yeah, what
Do
does
I
he
need?
mean by
Yeah.
address? Can he put in the chat what he means by address? How would you address it?
All right, twin. Go ahead and chime in.
So this is the way you
Erica
get
said,
feedback, is asking what people mean. See, this is what I try to teach people too, is by when somebody say something, you need
Mm-hmm.
to ask for details.
Ask
And this is so
questions.
you can actually understand them.
all right, now
Yes.
Erica, she chimes in and says, "There's no situation after she will tell whomever she is." Okay, hold on.
Well, you know, he don't be reading stuff right. So
She's
listen,
engaged. If
I got
they
glasses.
walk away with no problem, if they persist, then he can step in and hold on.
Hold on, let me.
No, I had to extend it.
You get some
As
glasses.
far as someone is looking at her, men are going to look.
Right.
So what women look at him, no need to be jealous.
I don't be jealous anyway because people gonna do what the people are grown. So if people want to do something beyond what they know, that's them. I don't try to control people. Like people,
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So
you know what I'm saying?
Twin says,
I just try to have a good relationship. I don't try to control no grown person like what they're doing. If they want to do
Twin
it,
says, maybe you should let me in
uh-oh.
to justify my
You
thoughts.
know
Okay, there
what?
you go.
Is that possible? Is that possible?
Yeah, yeah, we can.
How
I
much
was
Yeah,
time do
saying,
we
it's
have
possible.
left on the show, Shanette and
We
uh,
have
H2O?
15 minutes left.
okay.
No,
Okay.
you have a 9 o'clock right
No,
now.
I don't have a 9 o'clock because I'm off today.
I don't have to go in. I
Still
don't
got
have
a
to
little
be
bit.
here until about 10 o'clock.
Okay,
Well,
well, we ain't doing
about
10.
9:30.
Okay, let's win in real quick because we got
All
about
right,
15
Twin,
minutes.
I'm gonna bring you in.
But Antoinette, what they mean by address, see that, but this is a good question when
I didn't
somebody's
hear
having
it.
a conversation. What they mean
Mm-hmm.
by address is change you. But anyway, and so my thing is,
Well, we're gonna bring him in so he can explain himself,
okay,
Dr. Jackson. Dr. Jackson.
yeah, he
Now
don't.
we're on your feed now, Dr. Jackson. Now let's see what we have on here. We have Lavelle.
Oh yeah,
Feedback from the sender. Those that love us oftentimes translate to the recovery as rejection, which is also a possibility for trigger from the past trauma.
Mm-hmm.
Selena speaks in and says, love y'all, love this. Georgia. Hey, Georgia.
Hey,
Hey
Georgia.
Hey,
y'all.
We
we
Hey.
go.
coming to see you.
We come to Dallas for real this time. The last time he made me mad, so we didn't go to Dallas. So I'm telling you the truth. We was on our way to Dallas, and H2O started bothering me, so I said I wasn't going. But anyway,
All right, that's good. We coming in.
we coming for real today.
So let us know where you're gonna be at, and we're gonna check you out, Georgia.
Internet, where did you go?
I'm here.
Okay, so Lavelle
All
said,
right, now.
Lavelle was still talking. You didn't finish him. He said,
Okay, hold on. Well, I'm reading these comments as they come along. Hold
Y'all so
on.
funny.
So,
Have to be on this talk show.
usually the highlights, usually the one that highlights the triggers of others oftentimes are revealing their own triggers during the
who
process.
said that? Say they're revealing their own triggers during the process.
That's Lavelle.
That is my trigger. Trying to change me is my trigger.
Selena, be angry, sin not.
I'm to change myself.
Lavelle saying,
I'm working on myself every day. That's why I
I
go to
want to
therapy.
hear all sides of the story. We can
Girl.
allow H2O to finish.
Yeah.
So he wants to hear all sides of the story. He wants me to finish.
He don't want
He
us to
wants to
interrupt
hear
with each other.
H2O. Jeanette, let H2O
Okay.
finish.
So,
All right.
so
So
anyway,
Jeanette.
I was in one time.
there you go. Look.
I've got a fight in here. I mean, I'm like, damn. I'm like Rocky getting beat up by Mr. T back in the day. I mean, if y'all know the Rocky Barbera show, I'm like, the Rocky, Balboa. I'm like, this
Rocky.
beat up Mr. T. I
Who
mean, I'm
beat
like,
you up?
Okay, but
Who's
go and
beating you
talk.
up?
I'm ducking and weaving up in this bad boy.
It's your
In
turn.
here.
Really? Oh, that's how you feel. I'm sorry you
I
feel
told a
that
lady
way.
yesterday who went to counseling, who her husband was going. I said, do not go in there and beat him up. Tell all this stuff. You can complain about one thing, but if you go in there and you say a lot, you just bring up everything that you're upset about, he's not going back. I can promise you that. So
Hmm.
don't complain about everything. You can try to work on improving one
One thing
thing.
at a time. Yes.
Yes. And if you improve that one thing, it may improve many things. But just
Mm-hmm.
try, yeah, I said, but if you go to counseling, take your husband and he go to he goes to counseling, marriage counseling, and
Mm-hmm.
you go in there and get him a whooping in counseling, he not going back. I can promise you that. So
Mm-hmm.
you better you find one thing that's really significant that you feel like this would be better if
Mm-hmm.
we did it this way. Come from
Mm-hmm.
it from an angle of,
All right, twin. I went ahead and let you in here.
okay,
Where did
uh,
where did you send the link? I sent it to you. I texted to you, twin.
the angle
I sent you the
of
link.
this is how we could do better. Instead
Mm-hmm.
of giving a whooping,
Yeah.
this is how
Yeah.
we could do better. I feel we could do better if we did and answer that. I feel things would be
Yes.
better if,
All right.
like that. But if you go give him a whooping in counseling, he not coming back.
When you say whooping, you talking about like when someone comes in and they start listing all the things that they
Yeah,
don't like about their partner.
right. Like you just
Yeah.
start like you just have another person to just snitch on them. Like you're gonna give a whole
Mm-hmm.
long range of where he do this wrong, he do that wrong,
Mm-hmm.
he
Yeah.
do this
Yeah.
wrong. He
That's
ain't
not
going back.
helpful. That's not helpful. Yeah.
Right. He ain't going
Because
back.
no one wants to sit and listen to all the things all at once.
Right.
That person is immediately going to shut down or stop listening to after probably the first one. So
Right.
the first step in that is like learning how to communicate,
Right.
effective communication skills, right?
She was so she was highly unregulated, so I already knew how it was gonna come out.
All
You know what
right.
I'm saying?
Oh, she was high. Is that what somebody said?
Okay, we're bringing twins.
No, I'm telling you that she was highly
Now,
unregulated.
hold on. We're bringing twins to the stage. Now, twin, we're gonna bring you in a minute to talk. So just give us a moment when we conclude with this. Then we're gonna give you a stage for a second. All right, twin. So
Oh,
just
there
give
he
it a moment.
is.
This is twin.
He from Dallas.
Hi.
I'm not from Dallas. I'm from Fort Worth.
Fort Worth. All that
Fort
stuff is
Worth.
the same
There's
to
a
me. But
difference.
okay, he from Fort Worth.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
rep the function there, Miss Dr.
Okay.
Sinette.
Okay. Because I live in Richmond and I swear that's still Houston, but I understand.
Mhm.
We got Dr. Darren on too. I'm man, I love y'all therapists, really, seriously, because like we work with so many people. The amount of information we have just be like, it just be, I don't know, it'd be a lot,
It's so
but
much.
Twin, what did you come on to say this morning? Let's give you some space.
Well, I want to say this because we get away from the fact that, first of all, we are men. And so we have the natural instinct to protect. And
Okay.
so dealing with us would be a bit different than dealing with the female. And so because of who we are naturally, my thing is this. You may have two children and born, reared, and geared in the same environment. But Twin and I, right? My mom had to learn the dynamics of being able to teach and treat two of the same like individuals differently. As to where she can talk to him, she had to put that strap on my behind. Right?
Because you was a troublemaker and still is. No,
Well,
I'm just
no,
saying.
I think I was just faster and advanced as a child. Right?
So you needed to be parented differently.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we must continue to deal with situations differently. Right?
I agree.
Right. And so again, just the same as different with male and female. You might can just talk to her and get in her feelings, get in her head, or what have you, to calm things over and get her to understand. But sometimes they say the fastest way to your brain is where? Through your ass. Right?
But you can't
Through
do no
your
wrong things.
belly.
Go ahead. What does that mean? Go ahead, answer that. Get him.
I don't know. I'm trying to get more information.
Oh, well, it is said sometimes, you don't spare the rod, right?
The short version.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Exactly. And
What does that mean in this context, though?
well, let me tell you. Let me explain something to you, doctor, and to the both of you. I asked a question. You got it. Probably went up before. I said, as a so-called race, because I don't believe in race, as a so-called race, should we allow our counterparts or different races to be those who tell us about who we are as therapists? My question to you guys.
What does that mean? Like, explain that, sir.
What's the question?
And don't go off subject because it's too hard to go in many different subjects at one time. What was we like? Make sure we stay on subject.
Oh, it's gonna be on subject.
This could be another hour long if we start getting off the subject. No.
Trust me, it's on subject.
Well, what does it mean? What are you talking about?
I asked you, is it would you suggest, or do you think something is wrong with me being a so-called black man, or Herman being a so-called black man, going to a so-called white boy to tell us and give us therapy?
Well, we ain't none of us white though.
No. I'm asking you.
He's asking, do we think it's wrong for him as a black man to go see a white therapist
or
I don't think that's wrong. But most black people don't want to do that. It ain't wrong, but most black people don't want to do that.
There are some black people that will, because there's black people that don't believe in their race. There's black people that don't believe
They don't even like black people.
Right. There's black people that do not like black people. That's true. That's real. Right?
Okay.
So that's getting off. But
to answer your
question, there's nothing wrong. You can go see whoever you want to see.
Okay.
Right. It ain't wrong.
Okay then. Well, let me show you how it is.
You got off subject though.
Huh?
It's a whole nother subject. We gotta talk about that another day.
No, it's not. Just because you don't understand where I'm going with this,
okay, go ahead.
Does not mean that is off subject. You know what I'm saying? Remember, doctor, listen. All right.
Well, that's a whole nother thing. So, go ahead.
I grew up in Stock 6. Stock 6, Fort Worth, doctor. And so when they come, meaning our white counterparts or whatever, come to Stop Six and try to evaluate what's going on in the inner city of Stop Six, or the ghetto, or what you may, the hood, some may consider it as being, then they don't get the right and the adequate information because they don't understand. Because they're not a product of this environment, right? Are you understanding where I'm coming from with this?
No, I'm over here still thinking about how H2O is trying to control me. That's what we was talking about.
Well, listen and understand. Listen, I'm gonna show
what we
you.
were talking about.
I'm gonna show you why and
You
how.
lost me totally. I don't even know what you're talking about. Because
I know it.
that's
I'm gonna
not
show
what
you.
we're talking about.
Well,
We're not
this
even
is
talking
why.
about white people. Ain't none of us white. All of us are black.
But this is why I'm asking you these questions so that we can.
But you lost me because we only got like 7 minutes left, and we need to stay on subject. What happened, H2O? The voice.
Not me.
I think he froze.
Oh, he froze. Oh, okay.
You
Yeah, I don't
see?
know what Twin is talking about. But we were talking about something else. I almost forgot what we was talking about. But
We were talking about relationships. You were talking about, like, you don't think that, someone should enter a relationship or with anybody to try to change the person.
right. And I said that's my trigger is when somebody say, when somebody start trying to
you.
right, because my thing is once you let them change one thing, especially if they got control issues, once you let them change one thing, then they need to change another thing. And then that's how people start to say, I lost myself. Because they start trying to do everything to please this person. And the more you try to please a person, they usually just need more control. Because a lot of times the need to control people is you being anxious. Is you're an anxious person and you need to make everybody change in order to make you feel comfortable. But see, I'm not willing to do that. That's something that I'm willing to adjust myself because I know that I need to make adjustments in my life. I need to make changes, but I'm not willing to. Okay, you don't like this, so now I'm gonna do it like this. Okay, you don't like this, so now I'm gonna do it like this. Where am I at that point? Who is butterfly at that point?
I think
when I keep changing myself. You know what I'm saying?
I
And
think
I'm not
that
losing myself for nobody. That's
again.
what I'm not willing to do.
I think
I'm
what
sorry.
we're doing again. You said adjustments, right? We make adjustments to make it work and make it fit.
We do, but I can't lose myself in it.
You continue to say change, right? You're
Change,
not
adjust,
changing.
whatever. I can make adjustments myself without you even telling me because I can recognize
But if you
what I need to make.
Okay, hold on, wait, hold on, everybody, hold on, wait. Let me ask you, Doctor, this. Dr. Antoinette. So this is my thought, though. So if somebody is wearing short clothing and that brings attention of different men, and that's fine. That's not my issue. But if a man is like saying inappropriate
If
to your person, that becomes the issue.
has not happened. That has not happened.
It has happened because yesterday
what is that about?
Let me explain this
What's
to
the
you.
issue?
Conversation, and
Let me help you out, Herman. Let me help you out,
Nothing to do with
Herman.
my dress. That just somebody was playing with me on the phone on the thing, and I told them don't play with me. That's inappropriate. That has nothing to do with my dress. People like me.
Oh, they
anyway.
were playing with your what happened? Wait, Shanette, can you explain what happened?
Somebody said to me, they were just playing. They said, I like to flirt with you, and I said that's inappropriate. You probably playing. You're probably joking because it's someone who from out of town. And I said, you're probably joking, but that's inappropriate. I'm engaged and I don't, whether you playing or not is inappropriate. Like, don't play like that. That wasn't because of no
So
outfit.
you set a boundary to that for that individual. So yeah, and I agree with that. I feel like it's up to the person to set the boundary. Even if because we can't help who approach us or who flirt with us, or because you could wear a long dress and a short dress and they still approach you and try to flirt with you.
Right. That has nothing to do with it. That's just because I'll be telling people all day. Somebody in the dress hanging on the floor gonna give it to you before I am because I'm not flattered. Just saying, like I'm not flattered about that kind of stuff. I'm not flattered about people trying to holler at me. People try to holler at me in a full. If I had a 5-piece suit on, People try to holler
Mm-hmm.
at me in anything I have on because I'm a friendly person. People like my
Mm-hmm.
personality is the type of personality that people try to talk to me. I
Mm-hmm.
have an inviting personality. So that's just, and I've worked in a barbershop, you already know, with all men, with just a whole bunch of men. I'm used
Right.
to that.
Mm-hmm.
People trying to talk to me is nothing to me. That is
Right.
a, but at the same time, I can't make this adjustment. And then when you want me to make another adjustment, the whole thing is your own anxiety. You're not dealing with your own anxiety and you're portraying that onto me to
Mm-hmm.
make me change so that you can be comfortable. But what does that stop at? This is where people lose themselves. Because
Mm-hmm.
then, okay, I changed that. Then you need me to change more. And I changed that because men are always going to try. I mean, men don't even be trying to holler at me, first of all, because they see us together. So nobody really
Mm-hmm.
bothers me unless it's somebody who's trying to just start some drama.
So I
You
would
know?
like to hear H2O out a little bit
Yeah,
more.
go,
Like,
yeah,
what
go
does
ahead.
that bring up for him? Because maybe you guys have had this conversation already, but what does wearing a short skirt, like when
That's
Shanette wears
real.
a short, what does that bring up for you? Is it insecurity? Is it like you don't trust how she's going to react or respond? Or what is that about?
All right. Well, do I have the floor? Are we
Yes,
sure?
Yes,
please.
please.
Jeanette.
Oh my. Wow. All right. So, all right. The whole thing is we're
I ain't say nothing.
all right.
Oh, he got scared.
I mean, I was gonna give you back the flow.
No,
I don't like to interrupt, and
Jeanette,
I don't
let
like a
him
lot of.
talk.
I wasn't saying nothing.
I'm about to give you back the floor.
I
Okay.
wasn't saying nothing.
Please
So
continue.
my whole thing is I don't like. Okay, so she's in a 5-piece suit. Dude try to holler at her. Okay, whatever. I mean, she gonna turn him down. No problem. I'm not jealous or whatever like that. So it was an adjustment period. Trying to it was an adjustment period because I was used to I was in a 10-year relationship with somebody that was 400 pounds and probably a little bit less attractive. Um, so that's where I came from. I was with that man. So I really didn't bother because nobody was trying to salivate over her or looking at her like drooling over her,
Oh.
you know. So nobody was like looking at her just, oh my God. Like
So you're not used to your woman getting that much attention.
that's one of them. So I had to make an adjustment process. And so I have made that adjustment process. Um, and it takes some adjusting because a
Mm-hmm.
lot of times when she would be out dancing and she had seen something, I was making some adjustments with that. Right or wrong?
Yeah, because one time he told me,
Thank you.
"Oh, you
That's
can't
what
dance."
you had.
He said you can't dance around the
Okay,
room. Knowing I like to do
I
that.
want to stop
Go
talking.
ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So it took some getting used to,
Mm-hmm.
you know.
Mm-hmm.
My lady was big. Well, ex-lady was big. She was pretty or whatever, but
Mm-hmm.
it was not the same type of intention, So
Mm-hmm.
when Dr. Butterfly walks in a room, everybody stops and look at her. When I
Mm-hmm.
walk in the room, I get the same attention. Everybody stops your room and they look at me too.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like me. I'm looking at me like, damn. So it took getting used to. My thing is, so one outfit she wore out of town, and it was really small.
The contest outfit.
She called it
I want to see
contest
this
outfit,
dress.
but it was
I
really
want to see
small.
it.
It was a flowy dress.
It was really tight, showed all her boobs,
It had a little
everything.
cleavage. It had a
A
little,
lot of cleavage. I'm not. I don't care about her wearing something like the dress she got on. That's fine. She got to back out. She's 53 years old. So I mean, if you look like this, I mean, shit.
That's
I mean,
good. You look good, girl.
right, correct. So I'm not. But now we come in a lingerie piece.
he says a lingerie.
I say
Oh,
it's a
was
lingerie
it
piece.
lingerie?
Correct.
It
Ooh.
wasn't lingerie, girl. I'll show you
Close,
the dress.
close to it. So when you come in at a lingerie piece and you're dancing with people, and these niggas is just like, oh my God, they eyes is just all over my woman.
So he said,
No, not that I say. Even some other people came on a live and said that's exactly what you
But
do.
they didn't say about that dress. They
But
just
they didn't
said
say
in
about that
general.
dress, but they said in general.
Yeah.
So when a dude is like damn near slobbing on my woman,
So he say he didn't see it.
I have eyeballs, and other people in the room have eyeballs, and I can get
Mhm.
about 100 other people to come on here and say the same identical
But
thing
not
that I
because of a
said.
dress. People like me anyway.
Okay, I'm still talking, baby. Thank you.
Okay.
So I can get 100 other people to come on and say the same thing that I'm saying. So if she's in a dress like this, that's fine. But when it looks
Mhm.
like a lingerie piece, it's a limit. And that's
Oh,
what we were
okay.
talking about. I don't care about her being
Mhm.
sexy and showing her legs, because she got nice legs. She got a nice body.
Mhm.
At 53
Mhm.
years old, you look when she entered a AI chat and she uploaded a picture, she said, describe this woman. In the
Mhm.
AI chat, it said this looked like this is a beautiful lady. It's in her a beautiful lady in her older 20s.
Wow.
But she's 53.
Mhm.
That's what the AI bot said about her. So yeah,
Mhm.
I get that, but you out dance with other people and niggas are salivating over you. I mean,
So he say.
that's not so that I say that is factual.
The thing is, the same people been knowing me for many years, even when I
But
was
so
single.
I got a question. Do you think it's a her problem or a them problem?
Okay, now that's a great question. Is it a her problem or them problem? I
Mhm.
would say both. Well, really her, because if a beautiful woman walk in the room, she's gonna get attention. Now,
Yeah.
the attention that she gets will come from what she has on. So if she has on a lingerie piece and I'm dancing where my penis gets hard,
But you was arguing before the lingerie,
that
before that
is
so-called lingerie. He been arguing about that.
no, that's the first time I ever said anything about your dressing.
Oh Lord. When I okay, so when I go to the club, a lot of times I'll dance all around, practicing my footwork. Typically, I'm practicing.
Well, we're talking about your dressing. We
Okay,
weren't
but
talking about that though, but we're talking about
no,
your
no, but this
dressing.
all goes with it. This all goes with it.
Which is
Because if you
one
just
particular dress?
what I'm saying is,
Is
but that's what I'm saying. If he only said something about one particular dress,
one
that would
particular
be
dress?
something. No, but he said something about all kinds
Now
of things.
let me say what you're going to say. Okay, so this is what she was going to say.
Okay.
When I first met her,
Now, when you first met me, when we were
okay,
out dating
okay,
already,
well, when we was first dating,
we was at 50, whatever
we
that
were
is.
at I want to
1540.
say it was not 1540. It was called Brick House of DeSoto at the time, and now it's called 1540. So she was spinning around in the aisle, like all over the club, just spinning and spinning and spinning. And niggas was in there salivating over, just like damn it, slobbing, like that mouth was just wide open, like,
So he said, go ahead.
okay, so she always just so that I say, but I have eyeballs. So and so
Mhm.
she was in there spinning around, and I was like, and niggas was in there just like looking at her like, oh my god, and they were just like amazed by her, and I'm like, okay, whatever. I'm not really tripping about it. But
Mhm.
they was
But
like,
you were tripping about it.
that was okay.
'Cause yeah, that thing.
I had a conversation with her about it, and I was like, hey baby, I was like, what's going on with this? So I asked her about it. And she was like, well, that's what I do while I'm out. I just dance. So as we began to date, she does do something like that. And I'm like, okay, whatever. I don't care. I really don't care for
No, he
niggas.
asked me not to do it.
Well, then I was like, hey, well, why are you doing that? She said she's working on her footwork. So when I identified it, and I was like, okay, she is working on footwork. She's not over there trying to flirt with niggas and nothing like that.
Mhm.
So she's
Mhm.
working on footwork. So just because somebody's amazed by a beautiful lady, I'm like, okay.
No, he asked me not to do it and not to set a boundary that this is who I am. I've been
Mhm.
always doing that. And you know that when I'm not dancing with someone, in fact, sometimes I'm not even want to dance with someone. I'm wanting to sit there and practice something that I'm practicing. I might be practicing my spins. I might be practicing certain footwork. I might be practicing whatever. Sometimes I'll use salsa videos. I'm in class too, like online class that I'm doing, different stuff that I'm doing. So like I'm
Mhm.
not dancing with a person. I'm practicing listening to the music, different things. I've been doing that for many years. He's seen me do that for many years before he started dating.
I have not seen her do that for many
Well, if you
years.
paid
So that
attention to
is
me.
just speculating.
Right, and so then he'll say, "That's
Hold
not
on,
this.
wait,
That's
wait,
number
hold
one."
on, doctor, wait.
Okay.
You don't,
I was
you're
gonna
not
ask,
my
what
word.
are the people saying in the comments about this topic?
But nobody be
Let's
even
see.
paying attention to me. I've been knowing all the people.
Confidence
Because
is
this,
just
I hear what both you guys are saying. Two things can both be true.
Right.
There
Twin
are
got
no
something to
words.
say. Twin got something to say.
May I
Go ahead.
interject? Okay. Well, when you say, is it a she problem or a they problem?
Or he problem.
Or he
Or
problem,
you problem.
right? The
Right.
thing about it is, there's one thing to look at someone, and there's another to stare. If Dr. Shanette come into the place and we see the men staring, or Herman see the men looking, right? That's one thing. That's a level of respect, right? But if she come into the place and they stare at her, that's taking it to a different level,
And
right?
they don't know, if
Staring
she's
at
single.
you.
And they don't. So the thing is, the people that stare now, the people in our community, they're not staring at her like that. You know, they're not just. Now it's when it comes to people that don't know we're together. You know, and she's out and dudes and like just staring at her because she, you know,
We see the same people.
that's a
all the
different.
time.
Right. And so,
Everybody know us and we together.
so my point is this,
I've been seeing these people for 8 years, the same
right?
people.
But doctor, if that's the case, you could have came with the same dress that you've been coming with, but you went
I only
short.
wore that for a contest. But he's been talking about how I dress.
Well, let me get an understanding. Remember,
Yeah.
doctor, you and I, we was talking,
Okay.
and I said, when it comes to your
Read some
brand,
comments.
I said that sometimes you have to make some adjustments. And Herman, again, she was doing her dance, and that's what she was doing. Sometimes us as men, we got to understand that it's a performance, right? It's a performance.
Facts.
That's not who she is. She's
Right.
performing.
She's performing. She's
Right?
acting.
Now, if that dress continues to be that, and it brings you problems, then we have to visit that conversation.
Right, that was a
Boom.
contest
That's
dress
it.
only for a contest.
it.
People were way more than that on the
Right. Now
contest.
that was the only dress that I
But
really.
that's not the
said
only
something
dress.
about.
He say something about plenty of things, and so that's why it was a
Well,
problem.
other things, other
Uh-huh.
items, though.
Right,
So
but that's why it was a problem because at first it was the moving around the dance floor. You see me do that, twin. When I come in, I will spin around because I'm practicing my spins. I will spin around. I'm practicing my timing. I'm practicing different things. So you will see me spinning around the club dancing by myself.
Right.
Okay, first, that was the first thing. You can't do that. What? That's a boundary because that's what, I enjoy dancing by myself.
Okay.
now that situation was resolved.
Okay, but that's where it stemmed. It kept going.
That was
Well-
something that was resolved.
Well, let me give you
Let's read some comments. Hold on. Read some comments.
Okay.
Dr. Darren said, staring is a badge of honor for men. Cause you getting that the same night. Exactly. So at the end of the night, we're leaving together. That's why I don't be worried about
Yeah.
Herman in the
But
club.
no,
We
no,
leaving
no, no.
together.
No,
Okay, but hold
no.
on. Mary Lynn Carter said, some men love for their women to dress sexy. And most men who date me do love for their
Facts.
women to dress sexy. That's why they date me. But
Yeah.
some men love for their women to dress sexy and to be admired by other men. She belongs to her man and she's going home with her man. Look, just don't touch. Right, because people try to holler at everybody. But Seville Jackson just laughed. And then Garner said, Dr. Darren said, confidence and self, brother. If you showing up great, there are no worries. And that's what I do. I just try to show up great with him and be a great girlfriend and be
Right.
a great fiance. I'm not worried about other women. He talked like one time he got an attitude with me at the club in Dallas, because I was dancing with somebody at the same time. He was holding hands with a woman. I'm like,
Oh.
yeah, because he was walking her to the dance floor. The same time he was getting
Oh,
irritated with
he was
me.
about to dance with her. Okay. That's understandable.
Right, he was walking her to the dance floor. The same time he just got irritated with me about something, and he had a
That was
woman in his
similar.
arms. I'm like,
Okay.
dude, like these people. But the thing about the dance community, I've been seeing these same people for 8 years. These are not nobody new. Even when I was
I hear
single,
it.
these same
Yeah.
salvating dudes, Like I've been seeing them dudes when I was single, and they wasn't even trying to holler at me. So what are you
Right.
talking about?
Mhm.
Like
Well,
these are the same people.
So
let me give you
These are
some
like cousins to me. For me, they like cousins.
right. Well, let me give you some personal experience. I had one lady that liked to dance by herself and what have you, and which is cool, which is fine. That's what she do. But when men start walking up to her and dancing with her, which is fine, they dance with her from the front, being respectful. But soon as they start getting behind her and grinding,
Nobody be doing that.
Nobody, ain't nobody do
no,
that.
no, no,
I'm
no,
gonna
no.
knock the motherfucker out. Ain't nobody
Understand
doing
where
that
I'm
shit.
going with this, Herman. Understand where I'm
Uh-huh.
going with this. Sometimes, a doctor, it's not about what you do, it's what other men do because of what you do.
They don't be doing nothing to me though.
No,
They don't
time
do
out.
nothing to me.
But it's you don't understand the background of men, right?
Right.
I know men try to holler at women. I used to own a barbershop for 20,
You
almost 30 years. You do
remember
understand that, right?
doctor. So listen, doctor,
Okay.
listen. You don't understand the background of men, right?
I know
Because
I don't agree.
right,
I talk to men
because
all day long
we
as
have
clients,
experience. Just because we're not a
and
man
I've
don't
been
mean
in
we
been,
have
been
we've had
around men.
no,
experiences with men.
Hold on, doctor. Go ahead,
see,
Dr. Antoinette. What you saying, Dr.
see,
Antoinette?
see.
Hold on, wait.
Again,
Hold
you're
on,
not
twin.
listening. You're
Hold
not
on, twin.
Hey,
listening.
Dr. Antoinette,
Hold
speak.
on, twin.
Hold on. Go ahead, Dr.
Just
Antoinette.
interjecting that just because we're not a man doesn't mean we don't have experiences with men. So to say
You
that
don't
we
you
don't
don't
know the
have the man
background.
conversations, just like we
Yeah,
don't have
so
the
so
women
that's a little
conversation.
different. That's a little different. So yeah, please continue what you mean when you say
Okay.
that.
Yeah. Because again, listen,
I'm trying.
you don't have the man
I don't
conversation with
understand.
men because you are
Right.
not in the circles with the men,
Who
right?
at the
And this
barbershop? You
is
don't
why.
think
Time
so?
out.
You don't
Time
know
out.
what
Time
circles
out.
I'm in.
Time
Right,
out.
right.
That's why. This is why we can't get along with each other now
I have men
because
crying to me and everything every day.
okay. So
So
you want to talk.
I'm
See,
just
you
telling
want to
you.
talk. You
Because
want to
that's not a
talk,
true statement.
but you want to talk rather than get an understanding.
It's not a true statement though.
Just like
Okay,
Let's
but
try to hear him
wait,
out.
hold on, wait.
Let's
Let's
hear
clear
him
the
out,
how is
floor.
even
not a
if we
true statement when you haven't
disagree.
heard what I said?
Okay.
Hold on, let's clear.
Go
Wait.
ahead,
Let's clear the
please.
floor. Hold on, one moment, one at a time. Hold on. Let's clear the floor. So this is what Twin is saying. And this is what I have said previously. And so I don't agree with all the Twins' ideas all the time. I don't, but some of them I do. And this is what he was saying. He was saying that when we are in circles and we talking to our brothers,
Mm-hmm.
you don't know the conversations that now, Dr. Shanette, you said you was around barbershop and stuff like
I own
that.
the barbershop.
I understand you own the bar, but that's not the same thing. I can assure you of
Mm.
that. Because the thing is, you can say you've been around men,
Yeah.
but you don't know the conversations that we
That
have
men
when
have
women are
with
not
each other.
present.
Okay.
When
Okay.
Okay,
women are
that's
not
fair.
present and it's only us niggas around, we talk a different way.
Ah, I
Like,
see. I
where the hoes at?
hear
Where the
that.
bitches at? That hoe over there, you see that bitch over there? Man, we ain't gonna talk like that. They ain't gonna talk like that in front of you.
But yet still, we can't be responsible to. We can't dress like this because men gonna be talking like this. We can't walk like this because men gonna be talking like
So the
this. We
thing
can't.
is,
We can't do that.
this is the thing. That since we know what niggas are saying to other niggas about
We can't be
Mm-hmm.
that
Women.
responsible.
individual, and I understand, but you can still, when I say be respectful, it's not about you going out being disrespectful.
What
But
about
some single women can go in the club because they ain't got no nigga to worry about. They can go in the club with lingerie on. They can go there and show their nipples and shit. You know what I mean? Because that's in this day and age, people can just go in there. You can see women, bartenders showing their nipples and shit. But I want you going showing your nipples. Hell no.
I'm not gonna do it anyway.
I know. So people, single women, okay, can do that. Are they women of the night? Hood rats? Not necessarily. They're not necessarily, but they could. And then the brothers would be like, you see, oh, even if she's not like that, but they would still portray her to be that
Mm-hmm.
way.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay, guys,
my
I'm
thing
so
is,
sorry. I have to
Okay, yeah, me too.
go.
I gotta
okay.
leave.
I
But
have an appointment.
I gotta leave too. But this is my take on it.
Mhm.
People's anxiety, when people have anxiety, they try to make everybody else change in order to soothe their anxieties. But that's not reality. Like if you meet whoever you meet, that's who you met. If you don't like them,
Mhm.
go find somebody who you like. That's my whole thing.
Yeah, and
Go find
this is a
Michelle.
good
Go find
conversation to
right.
continue for me on a different day because it's bigger than
Yeah,
we need more time to talk about it. We don't have enough time.
right.
So
See you
it was
later.
nice talking with you guys.
All
I
right.
Thank
will
you.
thank
Antoinette, make sure you
you.
leave your information in there. If anybody want an excellent
Okay.
therapist, then and especially if you've been through trauma, you probably don't even know what trauma is. Just go get an assessment from Antoinette. Go get an assessment from Dr.
Hmm.
Antoinette to see if you need therapy because you probably do. So just go and
Okay.
see. You probably think you
Thank
don't, but you do.
you.
See you later,
All right.
Psychology
Ladru.
Bye.
today.
Hey,
Bye.
see you
Psychology
later. Bye.
today.
Bye.
Okay. Bye bye.
All right. All right.
Of course.
So we're about to log out. Hey,
Yes, because
let
I'm
me
leaving.
send a prayer. Pray. God, please be reiterating today. Give everybody what they need. This is Friday, so give everybody everything they need today. You're the Most High of the High, and you're the only God. Amen. Everybody have a wonderful day. Peace out.
Bye, y'all. Let me see. Oh, this is the one that was on. So end.